and the co-captain of the D's, has been good enough to join us. Nathan Jones after the win yesterday. G'day, Jonesy.
Morning, Half. Morning, guys.
Nice to be with you on a morning post.
Sorry.
Well, it is afternoon. Yeah, you're right. I missed that bit. That's all right, mate. You can do what you like after a win like that. How satisfying was that performance from your boys yesterday, from your perspective?
Yeah, obviously takes a bit of the pressure off. Probably a little sense of relief, and I think more importantly, just there was a bit of realignment done at the club last week, and I think it was an entire club effort, really. Everyone took responsibility, players, coaches, staff, in getting the result that we got yesterday, and I think it reflected the character of the playing group and the club as a whole, and I'm really proud of that effort, but we're well aware that there's still a long way to go.
Nathan, at quarter time, Jimmy Bartel here, well done on the win. At quarter time, if they get the whiteboard out, the coaches and the KPIs, they wouldn't have made great rooting. So what was the conversation like at quarter time? Because since then, you absolutely dominated every aspect of the game. Yeah,
you're not wrong there, Jim. It was, I think the main issue really was just around the footy. Hawthorn defensively are a really sound side, and they were also gaining advantage from taking territory from stoppages. So it was really sort of a realignment. We adjusted a couple of little things structurally, but just a realignment around the footy. I think we had a significant lift in that area. I think we ended up being plus 20 or plus 30 for the game. So off the back of that, we gained territory, get the ball in our forward half, and able to lock it in and create plenty of opportunities, which in the end, I think we did that overwhelmingly and got the result.
A couple of the moves that, tell me if I was wrong, you went a little bit more inside, and James Harms put the arm across a little bit more on O'Meara. Is that what helped turn it around?
Yeah, I think I ended up spending, particularly in the second half, a lot more time around the footy, and definitely after at quarter time, O'Meara, I think he'd had 11 and a goal in the first quarter. So Harmsy went to him and just played a really accountable role and did an absolutely terrific job. Really, that was back to his best form from late last year, and that was definitely a pivotal sort of role that needed to be done, and Harmsy did a terrific job.
Great stuff, Nathan. Mark Robinson here. I like getting the first edition when Melbourne play on Saturday afternoon because your photo is always on the back page. You've just got one of those heads and your celebrations. It's either you or Max. I don't know what the media loves you. I don't know if you saw that.
Someone sent it. I think my sister-in-law sent me a photo of it. Yeah, it's sort of a similar face all the time as well. It's, a bit like Voldemort, I would think. But,
Anyway, mate, well done.
You do obviously a positive being on there.
Oh, yes, that's true. Two questions from me, please. One on the ground and one off it. When you have a win like that, every single player contributes. There's no doubt, and they could pick just moments in games where they might have got a tap on or a tackle or a chase and just forced a miss kick and all this sort of stuff. Sam Frost, in the last 2 minutes, left his man on the southern wing and got the ball, and thank God it didn't bounce over his head, and that was really good. That was really good. Yeah. And he kept his head, and the three of them ran past the ball, and he turned back inside. That was really good. The moments in the last 25 seconds where he got the spoil on Wingard, then he went again and applied the tackle, and I actually think the next effort was better than all of them when he dived 6 feet and rested the ball out and gave it to Jordan, who gave it to Neil Bull, and the ball got kicked away.
Yeah.
Where were you when that was happening?
I was sort of in and around the play. I wasn't too far from that contest in the back 50, and Frosty, particularly late in the game, some of his efforts were unbelievable, and obviously we'll review it tomorrow, and I think a lot more will come up, but those ones that you mentioned in particular, it's, that desperation, I think that, as I said to you before, I think the win yesterday probably reflected the character of the group, and that's probably been questioned at times. But I think when you're at 1-5, the team can sort of go one of two ways. You can start to blame each other and then split apart, or you can sort of galvanise and just get in behind each other and continue to fight and give your best effort. And what we saw yesterday was guys going above and beyond, just finding that extra 1% when they need to, and then Frosty was an amazing example of that.
Yeah, it was great to watch. Man, I feel question. At Fox Footy, someone wrote, it was Tommy Morris wrote a story about there might have been tension with Brendan McCartney, and when you're losing games of football and you're getting pulled apart, all kinds of stories get written, and the experts say this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And we spoke about that last week. When you were made aware of the story that Brendan McCartney was having issues and some players were unhappy with Brendan, did you ignore that? Did you read
Absolutely,
that?
Yeah. Absolutely.
What was your thoughts?
I'm interested as to, the source to where that came from, because internally, it couldn't be further from the truth. There's obviously the coaches are all doing a terrific role, and the players and coaches are under pressure with our performances. But at no stage has Macca ever been an issue. I think he's as committed and as passionate as any of our coaches, and given his absolute best. So, we really value his role and his contribution. I know Goody and the other coaches do as well. And we in the end, you just have to ignore that, because it isn't the truth, and we just get on with the job.
We did that yesterday against the Hawks. Can I ask you, in midway through the last term, in fact, about 6 minutes to go, Jared Ruffhead and Luke Bruce kicked 2 goals pretty quickly to get them into the lead after you worked so hard kicking 3 or 4 in a row it was to get that lead for you guys. Were you stressed? Were you going through any stress personally through that time when they'd hit the lead, knowing what the situation might have been had you lost that game? Did you feel that moment?
I guess I've been in similar positions a lot in my career, good or bad, really, however you want to sort of take that. And I guess that's probably left me in a good position to, have some perspective in a moment like yesterday. And, I think I'd been on the bench, came back on the ground with about 8 minutes to go, and I had a chat to Goody, who was down the bench then, and he said, we've got to remain calm, and no matter what sort of happens, that we've got plenty of time to keep playing out the game. And I think that was sort of the message out there, that we just, we were all sort of reminding each other in the moment that, we just got to keep playing. There's still plenty of time, and particularly with how the game's played at the moment, teams can score in waves and quickly, and so that momentum sort of shifts. And, when they kick those 2, there's still a fair bit of time, and that was probably the reflection from not only me, but the entire group, that, we just keep playing and keep doing what's got us in this position for the game, and we'll give ourselves an opportunity, which in the end we did. I think Harmsy kicked one, and obviously, then we got back in front, and you keep playing. And it's sort of a, you can get worried in those situations, but I guess like keeping your head screwed on and remaining focused and composed is sort of an art. And it's what you do. It's what you learn over a long period of time with experience, obviously. But I think our groups, had a bit of experience in that in the last couple of years, and that came out yesterday.
Well, it worked beautifully. I saw the coach on the boundary line late in the game. He's jubilant at the siren, of course, as all the Melbourne fans and players were yesterday. What was his message in the rooms afterwards? What does that mean, that win?
I sort of touched on it at the start. I think it was a whole club effort. We had 4 days off as a team post the Richmond game, and I think the coaches went away and sort of reflected on some areas that we can improve on, and we came Monday and treated it as almost a fresh start. It was what's happened, and all we can do is focus on the now and what we can actually control, and continue to look forward and improve from there. And the club, as far as the players, coaches, and all the staff, took on that mentality and embraced it. And with an entire club effort, we get the result we got yesterday. And he just reinforced that there was great attitude from the playing group, and a lot of hard work that went in behind the scenes to get that result. And now we go again. We recover, we refresh, and we keep building on that.
No, it's probably a broader question, not necessarily just from the weekend, and it's a bit off of what you just answered there. How hard can you celebrate a win where it's been tough for the year without, your supporters and groups saying, they got ahead of themselves, they celebrated a win, but yet on the flip side, you need everyone free and easy to play your best footy?
Yeah, it's a balancing act, Jim. I'm sure you've been a part of it. There's no doubt I have as well. I think it's important that the players enjoy that time, particularly in the first sort of 24 hours. But obviously in this day and age in particular, I think it's progressed a lot even in my time over the last sort of 10 or 12 years. Boys tend to not drink too much, but I think it's important to just spend a little bit of time, have a few beers together and enjoy each other's company and reflect on the win. And I think that sort of provides a little spark and motivation and creates that sort of togetherness and, relationship and connection between a team, which is vitally important for performance on the field. And, we try and foster that as much as we can, but also sort of keeping one eye on, your preparation and recovery and, understanding that, we've got to go again. And at no stage would we jeopardise that, but as I said before, it is a balancing act, but it's an important one for, I guess the deeper connections and relationships within a team.
Alcohol's not everything, Nathan, we know that, but, if you have a great win at football and have a few beers afterwards, you have a funny night. Where did you guys enjoy your fun night?
We had a bit of a post-match function with the entire club at the G, actually, so we all got together, for probably a couple of hours after the game, just upstairs, and had a couple of beers with all our families and, the entire footy club, all the staff and admin and coaches and the like. And, it's good when we do have the opportunity to do that, to get everyone in the room that, plays a role, small or big on getting a win like we did yesterday. And as I said before, building on those connections and relationships that foster that sort of, that team morale and spirit and energy that, the good teams have.
And fair enough too. That's the way winning clubs and great clubs work, Nathan, as you would know. So that's good. Good information and great to hear. And well done to you guys yesterday. Good luck next Saturday at Metricon Stadium. You go up there to tackle the Suns. We look forward to seeing your face on the paper Sunday morning next week.
Thank you, guys. Hopefully not too much more lookalikes like Voldemort.
Go get him. Nathan Jones, the co-captain of the Melbourne Football Club after their 5-point win over the Hawks here at the MCG, their second win for the season. Maybe back on track.